Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment that you wake up tomorrow morning feeling completely unstoppable. You are full of energy, your mind is clear, and your heart is racing with excitement about the goals you are about to achieve. You feel motivated, inspired, ready to take on the world. But now, picture this: by mid-afternoon, that fire inside you begins to fade. The energy that pushed you out of bed seems to vanish, distractions take over, and suddenly the tasks you were so excited about feel heavy and burdensome. If this has ever happened to you, then you already know a powerful truth: motivation is temporary. Motivation is wonderful. It lights up our minds, sparks ideas, and gives us a short burst of energy. But it's like a spark in the night. It shines brightly, it excites, it encourages, yet it never lasts. Motivation is a feeling, a fleeting emotion that comes and goes. It is dependent on circumstances, on how inspired you feel in that particular moment, and on external factors that are often beyond your control. And when motivation fades, as it inevitably does, what happens to your goals? What happens to the dreams you are chasing? If you rely only on motivation, your success will rise and fall with your emotions. Some days you will feel unstoppable, and other days you will feel paralyzed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this: do you want your life to be ruled by fleeting emotions, or do you want it to be ruled by steady, unshakable progress? The answer lies not in motivation, but in discipline. Discipline is the quiet, steady force that carries you forward when motivation has left the building. It is the commitment to take action every day, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is not flashy, it doesn't excite the senses, and it doesn't give you a quick thrill, but it is permanent. Discipline builds habits. Discipline compounds into results. Discipline turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Throughout this talk, we will explore the difference between motivation and discipline, why relying solely on motivation is a trap, and how cultivating discipline can create a life of consistent success. We will uncover the mindset that allows you to keep moving forward no matter how challenging life becomes. By the end of this speech, you will understand why the people who achieve greatness do not wait to feel motivated. They act consistently every single day, guided by discipline. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay with me. Pay close attention. The insights you are about to hear have the power to transform not just what you do, but who you are. Because success is not about waiting for a feeling to come. It is about showing up again and again until your goals are no longer dreams, they are reality. Motivation may light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning for a lifetime. Motivation is something we all rely on at one point or another. It's that initial surge of energy that pushes us to start something new, that feeling of excitement when we set a goal or imagine a better life. Motivation feels powerful. It can lift us out of bed in the morning, make us believe that anything is possible, and inspire us to take the first step toward our dreams. But here is the truth that many people fail to recognize: motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the wind, and if you try to build your life relying solely on it, you will be at the mercy of your moods and emotions. Motivation is like a spark in the night. It can light up your path and make you feel unstoppable, but that spark will not last forever. You may feel motivated when you hear an inspiring speech, read an empowering book, or watch a motivational video. But a few hours later, life's reality sets in. The challenges, distractions, and obstacles of daily life often snuff out that spark faster than you expect. Motivation gives you a boost, but it cannot sustain long-term action. It is a temporary feeling, not a permanent strategy. The danger of relying solely on motivation is that it is unpredictable. Some days you might feel highly motivated, energized, and ready to tackle your goals. On other days, you might feel tired, overwhelmed, or uninspired. If your progress depends on your feelings, your success will rise and fall like the tide. This is why so many people start projects with great enthusiasm, only to abandon them a few weeks later. Motivation is exciting at the beginning, but without a structure to support it, it fades, and with it, your dreams. Consider this: motivation is external. It comes from outside sources: books, videos, speeches, encouragement from friends, or a new opportunity. But the world does not owe you motivation. Life is filled with distractions, setbacks, and pressures that can easily drain your enthusiasm. If you wait for motivation to show up every day, you will be waiting for a long time. The people who achieve extraordinary results do not wait to feel motivated. They understand that motivation is only a starting point, not the engine of progress. Another way to think about it is this: motivation is like lighting a match. You can light a match, and it will shine brightly for a moment, but eventually it burns out. Discipline, on the other hand, is like building a lamp that stays lit for years. Motivation gives you the spark to get started, but if you want to keep moving forward day after day, you need something that doesn't depend on feelings or circumstances. Motivation is fleeting, but action supported by habit is consistent and reliable. Even when you feel motivated, the key question is, will you take action? Motivation without action is useless. It is easy to feel inspired, but inspiration alone cannot make you wealthy, healthy, or successful. Action is what transforms ideas and energy into tangible results. Motivation can start the engine, but it is discipline, not motivation, that keeps the engine running on the long journey toward your goals. In conclusion, motivation is important. It gets you moving, it gives you energy, and it can help you begin your journey. But it is temporary. It cannot be counted on to carry you through challenges, setbacks, or days when you simply do not feel like moving forward. Understanding this truth is the first step toward building a life of consistent achievement. Motivation is a spark. It is exciting, but it is fleeting. If you want lasting success, you must look beyond motivation and embrace something more permanent. The next step is discipline, the steady, consistent force that keeps you moving forward when motivation is gone. While motivation is a spark that lights the way, discipline is the engine that keeps you moving forward no matter what. Discipline is not about waiting to feel inspired or hoping for a burst of energy. Discipline is a decision, a commitment, and a daily practice that allows you to achieve your goals consistently, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. It is the difference between those who start something and those who finish it, between ordinary results and extraordinary success. Discipline is permanent because it does not depend on emotions, circumstances, or fleeting feelings. It is a habit, a routine, a way of living that compounds over time. It is the force that makes the impossible possible simply because you continue to take action day after day. When life gets hard, motivation fails, but discipline shows up. When challenges arise and everything seems against you, discipline keeps you moving forward. Think about it this way: motivation is like a gust of wind. It can push a sailboat forward for a moment, but once it dies down, the boat stops. Discipline, on the other hand, is like the steady engine of a ship. It keeps moving forward through calm seas and storms alike. Discipline builds momentum. Every small action you take consistently adds up, creating results that seem almost magical in the long run. One disciplined decision after another compounds into a life of achievement. The beauty of discipline is that it transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. A person may practice a skill, work toward a goal, or invest in themselves inconsistently, relying on motivation. Another person, however, may not always feel inspired, but chooses to act consistently day in and day out. Over months and years, the second person's consistent actions will far surpass this person's sporadic bursts of motivation. This is why discipline is often called the secret to long-term success. Discipline is not about restriction or deprivation. It is about making a commitment to your goals and sticking to it, regardless of how you feel. It is about showing up, completing tasks, and staying focused on the process rather than the immediate reward. Discipline allows you to take control of your life instead of being controlled by emotions. It gives you the power to decide your future and the tools to make it happen. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to create habits. Habits are the compound interest of personal growth. Small, disciplined actions repeated consistently become routines that no longer require willpower. They become automatic. Brushing your teeth, exercising, reading, or saving money can all become habits through discipline. Once a habit is formed, it continues to produce results without constant effort or motivation. This is why disciplined people accomplish more. They have built systems that work for them even when they do not feel motivated. Finally, discipline provides freedom. It may sound counterintuitive, but the more disciplined you are, the freer you become. Freedom comes from control over your actions, your habits, and your life. By choosing discipline, you are not giving up enjoyment. You are investing in the long-term life you want. You are creating a foundation that allows you to achieve your dreams without being at the mercy of your feelings. In conclusion, discipline is permanent, consistent, and powerful. Motivation may light the spark, but discipline builds the fire that lasts. It is the engine that propels you toward your goals, the habit that compounds into results, and the force that ensures you continue moving forward, even when times are tough. Discipline is the bridge between where you are today and the life you want to create. Embrace it, cultivate it, and watch as it transforms not just your action, but your destiny. Motivation is powerful, but it has a fundamental flaw that is unreliable. It depends on feelings, circumstances, and external influences. Motivation can inspire you to start, but it often fails to carry you through the obstacles, challenges, and mundane tasks that life throws at you. Understanding why motivation fails is essential if you want to create lasting success, because the truth is simple: motivation alone cannot sustain results. The first reason motivation fails is that it is tied to emotion. Motivation comes when you feel excited, inspired, or energized, but feelings are fleeting. One day you may wake up full of energy and drive, ready to tackle every goal. The next day you may feel tired, overwhelmed, or distracted. If your progress depends entirely on how you feel, your success will rise and fall like the tides. Motivation is inconsistent because emotions are inconsistent. You cannot rely on a feeling to build a life. Secondly, motivation often relies on external triggers. You may feel motivated after hearing an inspiring speech, watching a motivational video, or receiving encouragement from someone you admire. But the world cannot guarantee that you will always have these triggers. Life is unpredictable. There will be days when no one cheers you on, no one inspires you, and no external source reminds you of your goals. If your actions are dependent on outside factors, you will stop whenever those factors are absent. This is why so many people start with enthusiasm but quit before reaching their goals. Another reason motivation fails is that it tends to disappear when challenges arise. Life is full of obstacles, unexpected difficult decisions, or tasks that feel boring or repetitive. Motivation thrives in moments of excitement, but it struggles during hard work. Motivation is emotional energy, and when that energy meets difficulty, it often dissipates. Discipline, on the other hand, does not rely on feelings. Discipline keeps moving forward even when the path is difficult, uncertain, or unpleasant. Motivation cannot be counted on in the moments that truly test your resolve. Motivation also fails because it focuses on short-term excitement rather than long-term commitment. People are often motivated by the idea of a result rather than the work required to achieve it. They see the dream, financial freedom, a healthier body, or career success and feel inspired. But when the reality of daily effort appears, training, studying, planning, or executing, they may lose interest. Motivation is excellent for lighting the spark, but it cannot sustain the slow, steady work required for lasting achievement. Finally, motivation fails because it is a visitor, not a resident. It comes and goes, sometimes arriving when least expected and sometimes leaving just when you need it most. Relying on motivation is like relying on the weather to plan your journey. Some days it will be perfect, other days it will ruin your plans. To succeed, you need something permanent, something reliable. That is where discipline comes in. Discipline does not come and go. It is a consistent force that drives you forward regardless of feelings, circumstances, or obstacles. The lesson is clear. Motivation is a spark, not a fire. It is important. It can get you started, but it is insufficient on its own. Relying solely on motivation sets you up for inconsistency and disappointment. Those who achieve greatness understand that motivation is temporary and must be paired with something far more reliable: discipline. Discipline ensures that even when motivation fails, you continue moving forward inch by inch, step by step, until your goals become reality. In conclusion, motivation fails because it is emotional, external, and temporary. It disappears when challenges arise, when feelings fade, and when excitement diminishes. Recognizing this truth is essential for anyone serious about success. Motivation may start the journey, but only discipline carries you across the finish line. Understanding why motivation fails allows you to stop depending on fleeting feelings and start building permanent habits that will carry you through every obstacle, every challenge, and every day until your dreams are achieved. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. Motivation may get you started, but it cannot carry you across the finish line. Discipline is the consistent force that ensures progress continues even when life is difficult, your energy is low, and motivation has long disappeared. It is the reason some people achieve extraordinary results while others with equal talent and potential never seem to get anywhere. Understanding how discipline wins where motivation fails is essential for anyone serious about lasting success. Discipline wins because it is independent of emotion. Motivation is a feeling, it comes and goes. Discipline, however, is a decision, a choice you make daily regardless of how you feel. It is the commitment to show up, do the work, and take action even when you don't want to. When motivation fades, the disciplined person continues. When distractions appear, the disciplined person focuses. When life gets hard, the disciplined person acts anyway. Discipline doesn't care if you feel inspired. It cares only that you take the next step. Consider the compounding effect of consistent action. Motivation is powerful for a day, maybe a week, but discipline produces results that accumulate over months and years. Each small disciplined decision is like a brick in the foundation of your future. Over time, those bricks form a strong structure that supports every goal, dream, and aspiration. Motivation cannot provide this consistency, but discipline can. This is why success is rarely the result of bursts of inspiration as the product of sustained effort. Discipline also provides resilience. Life is unpredictable. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable. Motivation is fragile. It crumbles when problems arise. Discipline, however, is unshakable. It allows you to keep moving forward step by step, even when the road is rough. The person who is disciplined doesn't wait for perfect conditions or favorable circumstances. They create progress despite difficulties. Discipline transforms obstacles into opportunities because it focuses on action, not emotion. Another way discipline wins is through habit formation. Habits are the ultimate expression of discipline. They are repeated actions that no longer require willpower or motivation. When you build disciplined habits, your success is no longer dependent on how you feel on any given day. Exercise becomes routine, study or work becomes structured, and financial responsibility becomes automatic. Motivation might inspire the first attempt, but discipline ensures the second, third, and thousandth action, which are the ones that truly matter. Discipline also empowers choice. While motivation is passive, it waits for the right feeling to arrive. Discipline is active. It gives you control over your time, your actions, and ultimately your life. By choosing discipline, you refuse to be controlled by temporary emotions, external circumstances, or the ups and downs of motivation. You take ownership of your results and build a life according to your design. Finally, discipline provides a sense of certainty. When you are disciplined, you know that progress is inevitable. You know that showing up every day, doing the work, and maintaining your habits will move you closer to your goals. Motivation may come and go, but discipline creates a predictable path to success. It removes reliance on feelings and replaces it with action, consistency, and results. In conclusion, discipline wins where motivation cannot. It is independent of emotion, resilient in the face of obstacles, compounding over time, and powerful in forming habits. Discipline doesn't wait for inspiration. It creates results regardless of how you feel. Motivation may light the initial spark, but discipline keeps the fire burning. To achieve lasting success, you must cultivate discipline, because it is discipline, not fleeting feelings, that carries you through every challenge, every setback, and every day until your dreams are realized. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. Motivation may get you started, but it cannot carry you across the finish line. Discipline is the consistent force that ensures progress continues. Even when life is difficult, your energy is low and motivation has long disappeared. It is the reason some people achieve extraordinary results while others with equal talent and potential never seem to get anywhere. Understanding how discipline wins where motivation fails is essential for anyone serious about lasting success. Discipline wins because it is independent of emotion. Motivation is a feeling, it comes and goes. Discipline, however, is a decision, a choice you make daily regardless of how you feel. It is the commitment to show up, do the work, and take action even when you don't want to. When motivation fades, the disciplined person continues. When distractions appear, the disciplined person focuses. When life gets hard, the disciplined person acts anyway. Discipline doesn't care if you feel inspired. It cares only that you take the next step. Consider the compounding effect of consistent action. Motivation is powerful for a day, maybe a week, but discipline produces results that accumulate over months and years. Each small, disciplined decision is like a brick in the foundation of your future. Over time, those bricks form a strong structure that supports every goal, dream, and aspiration. Motivation cannot provide this consistency, but discipline can. This is why success is rarely the result of bursts of inspiration. It is the product of sustained effort. Discipline also provides resilience. Life is unpredictable. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable. Motivation is fragile. It crumbles when problems arise. Discipline, however, is unshakable. It allows you to keep moving forward step by step, even when the road is rough. The person who is disciplined doesn't wait for perfect conditions or favorable circumstances. They create progress despite difficulties. Discipline transforms obstacles into opportunities because it focuses on action, not emotion. Another way discipline wins is through habit formation. Habits are the ultimate expression of discipline. They are repeated actions that no longer require willpower or motivation. When you build disciplined habits, your success is no longer dependent on how you feel on any given day. Exercise becomes routine, study or work becomes structured, and financial responsibility becomes automatic. Motivation might inspire the first attempt, but discipline ensures the second, third, and thousandth action, which are the ones that truly matter. Discipline also empowers choice. While motivation is passive, it waits for the right feeling to arrive. Discipline is active. It gives you control over your time, your actions, and ultimately your life. By choosing discipline, you refuse to be controlled by temporary emotions, external circumstances, or the ups and downs of motivation. You take ownership of your results and build a life according to your design. Finally, discipline provides a sense of certainty. When you are disciplined, you know that progress is inevitable. You know that showing up every day, doing the work, and maintaining your habits will move you closer to your goals. Motivation may come and go, but discipline creates a predictable path to success. It removes reliance on feelings and replaces it with action, consistency, and results. In conclusion, discipline wins where motivation cannot. It is independent of emotion, resilient in the face of obstacles, compounding over time, and powerful in forming habits. Discipline doesn't wait for inspiration. It creates results regardless of how you feel. Motivation may light the initial spark, but discipline keeps the fire burning. To achieve lasting success, you must cultivate discipline, because it is discipline, not fleeting feelings, that carries you through every challenge, every setback, and every day until your dreams are realized. A discipline is not just an action, it is an investment. It may feel challenging, uncomfortable, or even tedious in the moment, but its reward is extraordinary, permanent success. While motivation is fleeting and temporary, discipline builds a foundation that lasts a lifetime. Those who understand this secret live lives of consistent achievement, freedom, and fulfillment. The reward for discipline is not immediate applause or fleeting satisfaction. It is the long-term transformation of your life. The first reward of discipline is consistency and progress. Every disciplined action you take compounds over time. Small efforts repeated daily create momentum, and momentum is the force that produces extraordinary results. Consider the person who exercises daily for 20 minutes versus the one who works out only when inspired. The motivated person may start strong but eventually fades. The disciplined person, however, creates habits, builds strength, and achieves results that surprise even themselves. Discipline ensures that progress is steady, measurable, and inevitable. Discipline also leads to freedom through control. This may sound counterintuitive, but the more disciplined you are, the free you become. Discipline gives you control over your actions, habits, and decisions. It frees you from the chaos of inconsistent behavior, impulsive choices, and reliance on fleeting motivation. By committing to disciplined action, you no longer wait to feel inspired. Instead, you create the conditions that ensure success. This freedom is empowering because it allows you to design your life intentionally rather than reacting to circumstances or emotions. Another reward of discipline is resilience in the face of challenges. Life is unpredictable, filled with obstacles, setbacks, and difficult decisions. Motivation will falter during hard times. Feelings are unreliable when challenges arise. Discipline, however, is constant. It keeps you moving forward no matter the difficulty. Every challenge you overcome through disciplined action strengthens your character, builds confidence, and reinforces your commitment to your goals. This resilience is one of the greatest rewards of discipline. It allows you to thrive when others falter. Discipline also creates habitual success. Habits are the ultimate reward of disciplined action. Once you cultivate strong habits, your success becomes automatic. Exercise, learning, saving, and working toward goals no longer depend on fleeting motivation. They become part of who you are. Habits multiply the results of your efforts because they continue producing outcomes without requiring constant effort or emotional energy. The disciplined person does not wait to feel like acting. Their habits ensure that action happens consistently every single day. Finally, discipline produces the long-term fulfillment of your dreams. Motivation may get you excited about a goal today, but discipline is what ensures you achieve it tomorrow. It turns aspirations into accomplishments, intentions into results, and potential into reality. Discipline allows you to climb the mountain of success step by step, even when the path is steep and the journey is long. The reward is not just material success or recognition. It is the satisfaction of knowing that your life is the product of consistent, intentional effort. In conclusion, the reward of discipline is permanent success. It provides consistency, freedom, resilience, habits, and the fulfillment of your goals. Motivation may light the fire and inspire you temporarily, but it is discipline that keeps the fire burning through every challenge, every setback, and every day. The people who achieve greatness are not necessarily more talented or fortunate. They are disciplined. They take action consistently long after motivation has disappeared. And this is what separates dreamers from achievers. Discipline transforms your life. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Embrace it, practice it, and commit to it daily. The reward is not just success. It is the creation of a life that cannot be shaken by temporary feelings or circumstances. Permanent success is built on the foundation of discipline, and it is available to anyone willing to take the disciplined path.